What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame live stream as the Lakers get set to face the Phoenix Suns first time without LeBron and AD. Basically, first time without our entire um, front court. It's crazy. Think literally. Quick little update for those of you that don't know it. Marc Gasol's out of the game tonight. So no LeBron for the first time. No AD. And no Marc Gasol, and we didn't re-sign Damian Jones. So the question mark remains: who's going to start? I would like to know this, and I continue to refresh my page just right now to see if we get the update. Haven't got the updates on the starting lineup, but I'm waiting for that, guys. It's going to be an extremely tough game. We're thin in the front line. They're pretty much healthy. And by the way, man, it's unfortunate, but LaMelo Ball's out for the season as well with a fractured hand. That's tough, man. That's really tough. But I did want to talk about LeBron James' injury a little bit here early on because we've had a lot of people telling me not to hit the panic button, this and that. I'm not hitting the panic button. However, I'm being extremely realistic, guys. Here's the problem with LeBron's injury, all right? This injury, Frank Vogel said it best, it takes time. It takes time for it to heal. It's an unfortunate injury. And he mentioned how they're going to proceed through the season as if LeBron basically ain't coming back for the season, like out indefinitely. So, they have to proceed and they have to continue to play through it, and they might even make a trade. Rumor has it we're in the market for a shooting guard, which I mentioned yesterday. We need it, somebody who can score because KCP ain't cutting it. And we're also in the market for that big man, Andre Drummond, even though I hope he doesn't turn out to be one of these cowardly star players that takes the easy route and joins Brooklyn. But we'll see. Anyways, we have the official starting lineup. It's going to be Dennis Schroeder, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Wesley Matthews, Kyle Kuzma, yes, and Marquis Morris. So we're going extremely small. We don't have a choice. He said, DTLF, as long as the team comes out with heart tonight, that's all we want. We want effort and heart. We're not expecting victories. We're hoping for them at this rate. But with this starting lineup, it's going to be hard. We're going up against DeAndre Ayton. They got some bigs in there that could do some damage. So, we have nobody. So it's really tough, guys. But I am excited for the prospect of, again, Kuzma starting. We know what he can do as a starter when he's locked in. You know what I'm saying? Who else we got? Well, Marquis Morris holding the center. That's going to be tough because we know he's not much of a paint protector. But all in all, like, bottom line is the Lakers have to try to pull a Harry Houdini tonight. And again, here's the intriguing part, all right? There's no Marc Gasol. Again, he's been cleared to play, and he's not there. What does that tell me? Well, maybe the Lakers are including him in the trade package. Maybe, potentially, because I don't see another reason why he wouldn't play if he's cleared. We need all the depth we can get. We're definitely not tanking. And yes, I know he's not the best center we could have, but still would help a little bit in the paint to have a 7-footer, especially tonight when we're going up against DeAndre Ayton. So, I don't know. I feel like there's something in the works. Rumor has it that Victor Oladipo is on the market. Orlando is trying to trade for Vic, but they don't want him, so they want to reroute him to a third team. They're really trying to just, add Eric Gordon, right? That's what I'm hearing, or something like that. So, yeah, it'll be interesting. Well, I'm sorry, they're trying to trade away Aaron Gordon for some assets and stuff. So it'll be interesting to see what's going to happen there, right? All right, Arthur, you cross the line, man. You keep donating to me, but I have to block you because it's getting really annoying to hear about your Clipper squad. Like, nobody cares. Like, I'm sorry. I know you're desperate for attention, but nobody cares. Dan, is there any way we can get Zach LaVine? There is a way. People don't believe it, but there's definitely a way. So I don't know what the way is going to be, but trust me, we have some players that have trade value. People don't believe it because we've been struggling, but we have some NBA championship talent. We have some young talent, and we have, I think, the 2027 pick. I think we can trade it if I'm not mistaken. We also have a second-round pick. So, it'll be interesting to see what's going on moving forward there. But here's the thing. People are telling me that I'm panicking. I'm not panicking. I'm being realistic. We're in trouble, guys. The season is in trouble. Without LeBron James, we don't make a move. She said, LMAO, Dan, you're a real one. Appreciate you. I try. But, crazy part is that people don't want to accept this. Now, what I'm saying is, as we stand right now, we don't make any moves. We don't add a big man. We don't add a scoring two guard or something to help us out, we're in deep trouble. Indefinitely means LeBron James is probably out close to the majority of the rest of the season, if not all of it. Maybe like 3/4 of the majority of the season. And that could, in the West, that can be troubling if nobody steps up. And we need, the production we're losing from LeBron, we're going to need 2 to 3 guys all to consistently step up every night, besides the ones that are already balling out. So, here, my biggest concern, I keep harping on this, is that LeBron James's age. Injuries like these heal up slowly, and then having it be LeBron James, that he is kind of like inhuman. Everybody's it feels like a safety blanket to have LeBron, but these injuries can tend to trickle down, and when he comes back, if he's rushed back too soon, he could end up injuring another part of his body, because they have trickling effects. When I broke my 4th and 5th metacarpal, which are my 4th and 5th fingers, every time I go hoop, I have this pain that shoots up into my elbow when I shoot threes. And I was a sharp shooter before, but now I struggle sometimes even to get it to the rim, just because my wrist and everything got messed up when I broke my 4th and 5th fingers. So, and that's me, being just turned 30, I'm relatively young. I'm already having these type of trickle down effects, shooting pains into my elbow. Now I can only imagine LeBron, who's 285 or whatever, and he injured his ankle, which he uses consistently on a basketball court. That could trickle down into knee injuries, God forbid. And then with his age, that could be much tougher. So all I'm saying is this injury does concern me, and I wouldn't like to rush LeBron back. I'd rather lose the season than rush him back, and then his career be over like that, and then we're out of contention for now and for the foreseeable future. So those people telling me not to panic and all this, I'm not panicking. I'm being realistic, guys. We're in danger. We're in the danger zone right now. But if Rob Pelinka can come in and make a swift move and help us stay afloat, get us some scoring and maybe some defensive production in the paint, we'll definitely have a shot, man. We'll have a shot. But, I am still optimistic. I'm positive. I know guys are going to try to step up and do their best, but they can only do so much with the current roster. Again, tonight, we're going up against a bigger team, and we're very thin. We don't have a front line, basically. And so they're looking to feast in the paint. Hey, what's up, Dan? Appreciate you, bro. He said, Dan, LeBron said back soon, like I never left. He will be back in a couple of weeks, and definitely doesn't mean rest of the season. It means the return date is up in the air. I feel you, but I disagree. Indefinitely means there's no date, right? Indefinitely means that the injury was so bad that there's no date, and they're going to take their time with it. And they should take their time with it. You don't want to rush him back. And like I said, it has a trickle-down effect. But thanks for the donation, bro. Appreciate your insight. Sabotage, he says, prayers for my son. He in the hospital right now. Oh, man, so sorry to hear that, brother. Prayers up for your son for real, man. I'm going to need you to update me on that on Twitter or whenever you get a chance, brother. Prayers up for real. Never like to hear something like that. That's horrible. He said, is Montrezl Harrell starting tonight? No, he's not. We got the official starting lineup, and it does not include Montrezl Harrell. And, it's Marquis Morris at center. So, yeah, I think they want to keep Montrezl as a spark plug off the bench. The starting lineup officially is Wesley Matthews, Kyle Kuzma, Marquis Morris, KCP, and Dennis Schroeder. So that's your starting lineup. We're going to need all those guys to step up big time. We're going to have to crash the glass collectively. If not, we're going to get eaten up in the paint, with DeAndre Ayton and the size they have in there. So it's going to be a really uphill battle all night long, and let's just hope that, they're able to stay in it. Seriously, man, prayers up for your son, bro. That's really concerning. So sorry to hear that. Intel, wow, thank you, bro. He said Schroeder and a second-round pick for Oladipo. Now, when I messaged that and tweeted that out, I didn't mean specifically that. I just meant that's the base of the trade, and not Schroeder. I was thinking KCP, maybe Marcus O, Wesley Matthews. If they really want a first-round pick for Oladipo, we might have to gamble and throw that in, and then they would probably cut those other players or whatever they want to do, maybe reroute KCP to a third team. He does have some trade value. People think because he's sucking here with us now, he has no value. But see, people don't have short-term memory. They remember what he did in the playoffs, and maybe some contender would like to reroute him there and just have like a salary absorption of some sort. It's possible. I don't want to give up Schroeder because that defeats the purpose of bringing Oladipo. I think Schroeder and Oladipo are both very similar. They're both can score in bunches, and they can be streaky at the same time. But they're both, what they primarily bring is a defensive intensity in the perimeter. So that's the reason I don't want to give up Schroeder if I do get Oladipo. If not, it's kind of redundant. It's like, why are you trading a similar player for a similar player. Yes, maybe one's an upgrade, but it's only a slight upgrade, you know? I hope Kuzma starts. He's starting tonight, David. So shout out to Kuz. We're gonna need him, man, to get in his bag. What I really want to see, we know what Kuz could bring as a starter, but I want to see a hungry Dennis Schroeder. I want to see him take it to Chris Paul tonight, and I want to see him force him to play some defense and just do some work, man. Because if he could do that, then we'll have a chance. An aggressive Dennis Schroeder can get everybody involved, can control tempo of the game, switch gears when needed to, get out in transition. He's a different player when he's out there scoring over 20 plus points in a game. That could really help us. So hopefully he comes out aggressive. I tweeted it out earlier. We know what Kuz could bring. We know what Trez is going to bring. Let's hope that Dennis is up for an aggression night tonight. Logan, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? He said, why people keep saying trade Bron? People must not know LeBron is going to retire Laker and maybe 82. Yeah, I really don't even respond to the trolls. That sounds like trolls would say something like that. By the way, Lakers would never trade an injured superstar. Haven't the trolls learned the way we treated Kobe Bryant? That's the reason we continue to get the greats like LeBron, because we give these guys blue carpet treatment, and that's the only kind of treatment they're going to get here. That's why if stars are smart, they'll come here. Andre Drummond, if you're watching, which you're probably not, but I'm saying it'd be extremely smart for Andre to come to LA if he wants to earn a bigger contract, maybe even a bigger role in the future, and actually be respected as a player. Nobody really respects Andre Drummond, especially the low basketball IQ fans out there. They don't know that he has a lot of potential, and he just always played for bum franchises like the Cavs and the Pistons. So, it is what it is. Intel, wow, thank you, brother. Thank you so much. My man said KCP 13 mil, Wesley Matthews 3.5, Gasol 2.5 mil gets you close to Victor's 21 mil. Yeah, and again, I'm not a GM, so I'm not going to put together a trade package, but I'm just throwing out ideas and hoping that maybe something gets done. If it's not Vic, then some people have mentioned Norman Powell, who's averaging 19 points a game with Toronto. Shout out to Kevin King. He was the first one to tell me. I didn't even know he was on the trade block. But I do like Norman Powell. We just need some sort of a boost, right? Some sort of a something to jolt some energy into the team and to give us some sort of new perspective, some fresh life. Because a lot of times what happens is injuries can kill the morale of a team. And now you're thinking, oh, man, we lost our two best players. It's going to be tough. But see, if the role player, we're really that deep, they're going to start showing their true pedigree. And I believe we are deep. So they should be able to win out some games. Not sure about tonight, but I do want to see effort and just stay competitive. That's it. If we could do that, I'm happy tonight. He said, Kyle Kuzma gets 30 tonight. We're going to need him to do that. We're going to need Dennis. We're going to need Trez at least. And let's see who else could chip in. Who could be the fourth option? We're going to need some options. THT, I'm shocked that Wesley Matthews got the start over THT. I would have started THT, but then again, coach could be leaving some firepower off the bench. Maybe he wants THT and Trez to lead the bench. So I'm open-minded to that. He said, Danny, you too. I hope your Lakers can get Bradley Beal. That would be dope. But I really, unless Bradley requests a trade, I don't see that happening. And I think the asking price is going to be too high for somebody like that. I'm hoping for somebody cheaper like an Oladipo or something like that. I'm hoping for something a little more realistic. But we'll see. You never know. You stay optimistic. You stay positive. Anything's possible. Excuse me. Quincy, appreciate you. Thank you so much for the Cash App donation, brother. He said for Laker Nation. God bless you, my man. Thank you so much. Solomon Hill. It looked like it was a purpose, like it was on purpose. But to be honest with you, we really don't know what's in the minds and hearts of these players. Maybe he just looked that way, and maybe he didn't mean it. I think you have to be a real special type of dirtbag to try to injure somebody, no matter who it is. That's not a part of the game. And if it was serious, karma will come back to get him. But if he didn't mean it, then you know what? I'm gonna lay off of this kid. I think I was just upset. Yeah, I was upset yesterday, and I went ahead and pointed the finger. But to be honest with you, we just really don't know what his intent is. Let's just hope that wasn't the case. Let's just hope it was an accident, and all is forgiven if it was. But if it wasn't an accident, then yeah, that's pretty upsetting. And like I said, karma's real. It's like a boomerang. Come back and smack him in the face when he least expected. Would you trade for Otto Porter? Depends what the asking price is. I like Otto Porter. I prefer to get players on the buyout market, though, if we're going to trade for a player like that you're just not sure is going to make an impact. You don't know. It's like 50-50. Lakers better get a big man or we're done. Brooklyn looks good. Brooklyn looks okay. They don't look that impressive, to be honest with you. They're barely eking out wins to these other teams like Washington. Now it is an NBA, and teams are gonna shoot their best shot when they play contenders. But it just, I'm not worried about it. He said Blake actually dunked. I heard Blake dunked. Yeah, I mean, I told you guys he was just saving himself for a good roster. I wouldn't dunk either if I was there on the if I was on the Detroit Pistons. Why are you going to risk an injury? You know? He said Gorgie Jiang from Memphis Grizzlies as a alternate buyout. I wouldn't mind him. We need some size. That's what we need. We need some size for real. If we could get some size, I'll be happy. Now, he's not my favorite, to be honest with you, but, we'll see. Could we get Kobe White? No. That's a young, talented piece who's very coveted by the Chicago Bulls. I think, believe it or not, I actually think we have a better shot at Zach LaVine than Kobe White. The mic keeps cutting out. Might be the internet. My bad. If the mic's cutting out, might be the internet. He's okay, but there's better. He played 15 minutes and only had one bucket. Well, he's trying to ramp up slowly but surely. I'm not too concerned with Blake. That's not our problem. But he would have been a nice piece here. He would have been a solid piece right here. LaMelo out for the rest of the season. Yeah, that's tough. Can you guys hear me? I see a couple of people saying that it keeps cutting out, but I'm not sure. Let me fix the mic right quick. All right. Maybe you guys can hear me better there. We'll see. He said, get Joel Embiid with the purple and gold. Man, those are extremely impossible type trades. Unless they gave up on Joel because he's always injured and they're having a fire sale, it's probably not going to happen. I never look at those type of deals because, no. You sound fine? All right, appreciate you. If y'all trolling me, man, I'm going to start blocking y'all for reals. I'm going to start blocking you. Check your audio because I have a very expensive mic and I doubt it's on my end. They're trolling me? Okay, you get blocked. You get blocked, man. He said, it's going to be a tough game today. Yeah, for those of you trolling me, He said, Drummond wants to join Kawhi. I doubt that. Nobody wants to join Kawhi. Matter of fact, I truly believe that Kawhi Leonard is about to bounce, especially if they don't capture the championship, which they never will. I told you guys, it's a promise. They're not going to recap. They're not going to capture a championship. So Kawhi's about to bounce. Kuzma's going to ball this season. It's his time to shine. He said, not that serious. No, it's serious to me, man. When I want to talk basketball, I get serious. Now, there's a type to goof around or whatever, but, if they just keep spamming the channel with some BS, then, yeah, they're going to get blocked because there's people here that actually want to have basketball opinions. Dan, would you go all out for Vucevic? I like him. I like Nikolai Vucevic. I think he's very solid. I think, yeah, he's an all-star level offensive talent. Defensively, he's pretty okay as well. He's okay. He's not like one of the top paint protectors, but he's okay. He'll hold his own. Why is everyone acting like Kuz hasn't been balling all season? That's a good question. Why is everybody acting like Kuz hasn't been balling all season? I don't know. That's a great question. I think they expect the stars and the moon from Kuz, but remember, the way I see it is if you give him consistent starter minutes, he will produce. If you put him on the bench and start him and put him on the bench, it's hard to catch a rhythm. So depends. Hey, Dan, I hope Kuzma shines and shuts up those haters. I'm shocked. Look, I had to block people because they annoyed me with the whole Kuzma stan thing. I'm not a Kuzma stan. I just support my players, especially those that are ragged on for no apparent reason. Like trash, if you want to trash players, trash the ones that truly deserve it. You know what I'm saying? But still support them because they're on the team. That's the bottom line. I've never truly trashed the player. I've been hard on these players and called them out and even said trade them at times. But to trash a player is, I mean, they were hating on Kyle because of his hair. They were hating on Kyle because of his girlfriend. They were hating on Kyle because of his style. Like, who cares? As long as he plays good. We're basketball fans. We're not, model critics. We're not, you know what I'm saying? So it gets old. and I just started blocking people that annoy me. That's just what I'm gonna start doing now. But I want to keep my energy positive, and in order to do that, I got to protect it. You got to protect your energy, man. That's a 101 for you right there. And in order to do that, you got to separate yourself from all negativity. Dan, I believe Lonzo will be traded before the deadline. That's interesting. I do too. But I will say this about Lonzo Ball is that I would love to see him go anywhere except for the Celtics and the Clippers. And I'll still cheer for him otherwise. But those are the two teams I really don't want to see him in. That's very disgusting. So you're a true Laker fan. Appreciate you, bro. Thank you so much, man. God bless you, man. God bless you. Game recognized game. That's all it is. A real Laker fan saying you're a real Laker fan to another real Laker fan. He said, love Kuz. He's from Flint, Michigan, too. Oh, yeah, man. Cool. See, the thing is, people don't realize that this kid he has exceeded his expectations. 27th pick in the draft. At times he plays like a lottery pick. At times he even played like a superstar. He exceeded his expectations. He's a wild card. And when he puts on for the team, it's a wrap. It's hard to beat us. When he drops 20 plus, it's really hard. He becomes an X factor, kind of like Lamar Odom. You guys remember Lamar Odom? He had all the talent in the world, but he was so unselfish, and he would always buy into whatever role the coach gave him. That at times, guess what happened, right? He wouldn't necessarily ball out and give you all-star numbers, but that's okay. He was sacrificing for the team. Kuz reminds me of a version of that. Then he said, yes, please start blocking the trolls and Kuz haters. Thanks. Yeah, it's just the way it got to be. It gets old. Like, at times I'm going to be, me, I get playful too, and I want to mess around, and I will be able to trash them. And they actually, it's therapeutic for me to be able to punch these punching bags that come on here sometimes. So sometimes I let them rock. But there's times where, like this is a serious topic. LeBron got injured, and they're making fun of it. I'm not happy about that. So they get on my nerves. Guess what? That block button is looking, very delicious to me right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm hungry for blocks. I'm like Shaq out in the paint right now. I'm just roaming the paint like a beast. So, you're gonna catch a body. I'm gonna catch a body if you guys keep messing around. He said, y'all sleeping on Kyle? The pressure crazy. He said, oh yeah. The fact that he's even doing it for LA, we've seen sharp shooters come out here to LA like Danny Green and disappear because LA is just too much for them. So, it's unfortunate, but Kobe said it best. You're either Laker material or you're not. Either or. We don't have to beg anybody to come here, And the ones that wanted to come here came. Just like AD, he requested a trade here directly. That's why LA loves him. He's a champion. He's a king. He's going to be here, probably retire, like my man said. He's going to play here for years to come. Get used to him. Just, wish him a speedy recovery. Same for LeBron. Take their time, and we'll hold it down as best as possible. Hey, Dan, how's your day going so far? It's going good, man. It's going good, considerably good. Ran on the treadmill, got off, came and did the pregame, man. It's becoming a routine trying to lose the weight. So, just trying to get better one day at a time. Thanks for asking, Blitz. How's your day going, fam? He said, need Andrew Wiggins with the purple and gold. Oh, my goodness. This man just throwing out names at this point. No, we don't need Andrew Wiggins in his extremely bloated contract with the purple and gold. He's too inconsistent of a player. He'll have one good game and 3 bad ones, and he's worth over 20 mil. No, thank you. If that's the case, I'd rather trade for a star player for that price tag. DTLF, please block the fake Solomon Hill account if you can. Dude is trolling either a pathetic Clipper or Warrior fan. I haven't even seen him. That's how irrelevant he is. But if I see him, I got you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I don't see these clowns. They're out here seeking attention because their mommy doesn't give it to them. Grown-ass adults still living in their mama's basement. And, they're out here seeking for attention. But it's all good. I got you. I got that attention you ordered with the block button right now. He said, it's going good, man. I'm glad you asked. Glad to hear it, brother. Glad to hear it. It's not going good for everybody. So prayers up to everybody struggling out there. Like my boy that came on here asking for prayers for his son earlier. So we got to make sure we keep him in our prayers and spread the positivity. Love what you do for our Lakers family. Thanks, Jose. Appreciate you, man. He said, LaMelo Ball out for the season. Should the Lakers try to trade for Teddy Rozier? You know what? Realistically speaking, I don't think they're trading him. They loved him even before LaMelo went out. And now Devontae Graham and him are going to start in the backcourt. So they're pretty much covered. They don't have to trade anybody. They're competing for a playoff spot, so they're not having a fire sale this year. A lot of teams that normally have a fire sale, like the Knicks, the Charlotte Hornets, they're not doing it this year because they're actually in competition. And with this new rule that you could be a fringe playoff team and have like a 1 game or 2 game playoff, a lot of those teams are they're gonna be buyers instead of sellers in the market. So that's the intriguing part. It's going to be harder to make a trade this year, in my opinion. A lot of more people think they can compete for a playoff spot. And then with the fans coming back, they're going to sell out arenas. If we're able to get it all the way back, man, they're going to sell out these arenas, packed out gyms, everything. It's going to be fun to watch. So, you definitely want to have these ticket seller type players like Teddy Rozier for the playoffs. You don't want to give them up. Solomon, who's this Solomon Hill you guys see? I really don't see him. Oh my goodness, I must be blind. No sweat. He said Bron will be back in no time. I hope so, man. I wish the best. I wish the best for LeBron, but we can't hold our breath till he comes back. We have to actually swim. If not, we're gonna sink. So that's what we have to do. Anyways, that's going to wrap it up for me. Looks like the game is starting, guys. Appreciate y'all for tuning in. I'll see you guys right here for the post-game recap. Let's see what happens, man. Let's see if these Lakers could actually punch back tonight. So I'll see you guys right here. Make sure to smash that like button and subscribe if you already haven't, and I'll see you guys right after the game.